Let's take a look at the two types of science. There's empirical science, and then there's forensic science. Empirical science studies the present, whereas forensic science studies the past. Empirical science determines or discovers how things operate, whereas forensic science discovers how things originated. For example, you take 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part water, or 1 part oxygen, you put it together, you always get water. You can do it over and over again. You can go in the lab and repeat it over and over again. Empirical science is repeatable, but forensic science is not repeatable. You can't go resurrect Ron Brown and Nicole Brown Simpson, or Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. You can't resurrect them and witness the murders over and over again. It's a one-time historical event. So if you want to figure out scientifically what happened at the O.J. Simpson murders, you have to be like a detective. And you have to look at clues and draw an inference to the best explanation. What murdered or who murdered these people? You can't repeat it in a lab. Now, I submit to you that when atheists are out there trying to say that science has disproven God or science shows we don't need God, what they're using is they're using the prestige of empirical science and imposing it on forensic science. In other words, look, we are just so technologically advanced. We have more computing power at our fingertips than existed in the entire world prior to like 1960. It's right here. In fact, if you have a digital watch, you've got more computing power on your wrist than there existed in the entire world in 1960. And look, we've got medical advances and GPS now. I mean, it's amazing we could get anywhere 10 years ago, right? Now we get in our car, we put in an address, and it takes us there. We don't even have to think anymore. Technology is amazing. All of that is empirical, though. That says nothing about where the universe came from. That says nothing about where the first life came from. That says nothing about where subsequent life forms came from. Those are all historical questions. Now, do you think that atheists and Christians are arguing over how cell phones work, or how computers work, or what particular treatments treat diseases, certain diseases better? No, we're not arguing over those things. We're arguing over these things. This science is much more secure than this science. This science you can repeat. This science you have to draw inferences. I submit to you, however, that if you look at the evidence, which we'll do tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to look at a lot of the evidence for the existence of a spaceless, timeless, powerful, intelligent, personal, moral creator tonight. And we're going to see that the evidence points to God rather than nothingness.